children of the I am man. Africa unite.
And Bob Marley's song was talking to emotions. Very provocative, very exciting, and in many ways very inspiring. But from that inspiration needs to flow a system of administration, a system of governance. And that is really where we are. The best that Europeans know that evolved is a nationalistic government. But when they evolved it, they realized that, oops, maybe as a collection of nations, they can't have as much welfare as if they unite in the form of European Union. Now they run into new problems. It's a learning process. The United States went for a different federal system. Other countries, they have tested different models of governance. Africa is the last of the continents to come into independence, which means a nationalistic emotions. And of course, we know that national boundaries and national model of governance is not optimal. It's way too suboptimal. It leaves many gaps and it does not solve many issues that pertains to the day-to-day lives and welfare of people. So what's the next stage? The next stage is when all Africans have done their nationalistic phase and they have tested with all kinds of capitalist, socialist, communist, all kinds. Then they'll see, well, none of them really responds to the real needs of people. So what's the next step of the evolution is to now, can we look at a federal system? Can we regionalize? I mean, Africa already, we have regional groupings. We have ECOWAS, we have SADC, we have the Eastern Community. These are attempts at experimenting, learning transnational formations. Each of them, of course, runs into its own problems because although their formation is regional and transnational, their actions are all national. So there is a clash between it. But there is no doubt that as we move to the next phase, the age of nationalistic governance has way past its sell-by date. It doesn't deliver. So what do we do? We need to create a federation of nations, each respected for their own unique rights and responsibilities. But on the economic and fiscal side, we have to develop new models of sharing. It will take time, but it is an evolution in the sense that the more national framework fails, the more it paves the way for alternatives. And as part of alternatives, we're going to move into more integrated economic and fiscal framework. Nobody has yet, neither in Europe, North America, or anywhere else, nobody has come up with a working model because everybody still wants to keep as much of the national sovereignty as possible and not let go or compromise it. And for as long as those emotions are there, you're not going to find the optimal solution. But intellectually, there are groups of thinkers who are working at the frontier of or cutting edge of possibilities, and federal systems will provide initially subcontinental, then continental, and beyond that global federation of states. But every federation requires a maturity, a political maturity, an intellectual maturity that understands why certain formulas have to be used. And at the moment we are not there yet. At the moment we are experimenting and experiencing the difficulties of national sovereignty model. But I have no doubt that in near future there will be an acknowledgement that this national sovereign framework does not work, and we need to actively seek for alternatives. Then we'll get to the next phase.
Africa, unite.